What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic, you dig. And we talked about Leo Santa Cruz was supposed to take on Abner in October on Showtime. Santa Cruz said that he wanted to take a tune-up fight. His father wanted him to take a tune-up fight before facing Abner, whatever dumb reason that was. They wanted a tune-up fight. They're supposed to fight each other. And Santa Cruz wanted more money, or it was a dispute over money. But they are both going to be in separate bouts. What's so funny about this is Showtime didn't want Santa Cruz versus nobody else, and then Abner to co-feature versus anybody else. They wanted them to fight each other. And Steven Espinoza said he wasn't interested in putting them on and basically showcase bouts separately. So, Fox picked up this fight, regular Fox, so that's better for both of them. And now, Santa Cruz is taking on Chris Avalos, like 27-5 or something like that. Said he grew up with Santa Cruz and knows he came up with Santa Cruz and he knows how to fight him. And Abner is co-featuring on Fox from the Stub Center versus Andreas Gutierrez, the Jaguar. Hopefully I said his name right. And yes, Gutierrez was the guy that was supposed to fight Carl Frampton and injured himself in the tub when Carl Frampton missed the 126-pound limit, and that fight was called off. It was supposed to be the same day as Adrian Barno, Mikey Garcia. For one, Santa Cruz is everything was wrong with boxing. They called him the son of Al Heyman because Al Heyman treats him like his son. And his father is another huge monkey wrench in his career. Always, dictating on who he should fight and who he shouldn't fight. And he's one of the driving forces why Santa Cruz is the king of duck in the sport of boxing. His father said that he didn't like their style of Guillermo Rigondeaux. Oscar De La Hoya proceeded to make Cruz versus Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux called Al Heyman. Al Heyman bought him out of that Golden Boy contract, came over back with Al, and been bullshitting ever since. Said after this fight he wants to target Mares. I actually have an agreement to fight each other after this, which is, total horseshit. They should be fighting each other at least next. And that's a fight that I'm not even interested for Santa Cruz's career. I think Santa Cruz should be fighting Gary Russell, Oscar Valdez, Frampton 3, Lee Selby, somewhere around there. This is a waste of time. Both of these bouts are. Well, not Abner. I'm not mad at Abner. Gutierrez only beat once in a narrow decision. He dropped versus I forgot who. But he's about to fight Carl Frampton. I'm not mad at Abner for taking it for the fight he's taking. The guy only beat once. Gutierrez. He's about to fight Carl Frampton, who some people think is one of the best in the division. But it's funny to see how these people are freezing out Gary Russell and Oscar Valdez. I understand Oscar Valdez was with Golden Boy, and Jojo Diaz is about to co-feature on Canelo and Triple G as well. But the excuse is Gary Russell and Santa Cruz got the same manager. That fight should be happening right now. Gary Russell versus Santa Cruz. At minimum, this should be Lee Selby versus Santa Cruz on Fox. And this is the reason why boxing is in the shit list. It's because guys like Santa Cruz. The worst thing for him was him to beat Carl Frampton. I'm sorry that Carl Frampton fought in a dumb manner. Carl Frampton still should be champion, and him not wanting to run it back with Carl Frampton, and then want to take a guy like Chris Avalos with 5 losses, and then they put this shit on regular Fox. Showtime didn't even want this fight. These two fighting in separate bouts. They didn't want to buy that. So somehow Fox wants to sell this shit on the same day as Lubin and Charlo in the triple header on junior middleweight card. So Showtime opted for the junior middleweight triple header card with Trout, Hurd, Lara Goucher, and Charlo Lubin, 2 world championship fights. And this is the the card that gets the regular Fox TV. And the junior middleweight card should be on regular Fox. And this shit shouldn't even be happening. They freezing out Gary Russell for whatever reason it is. Like, Santa Cruz is the biggest duck bitch in the sport of game, man. I'm not mad at Mares. Because I know Mares wanted that fight with Santa Cruz again. And it was a narrow fight before. But if you're a champion, you shouldn't be taking so many tune-ups. Santa Cruz got enough tune-ups to last forever. And it's frustrating, dog. He need to be fighting champions at least, man. Just because you fought Carl Frampton in the beginning of the year don't mean you get a easy fucking fight. You ain't fought in about 7-8 months, and he getting another fight, and they don't want to fight Gary Russell, and everybody just get this motherfucker a pass. Don't want to fight Lee Selby. Don't want to fight Carl Frampton again. Don't want to fight Jojo Diaz. Don't want to fight Oscar Valdez. He don't say nobody name out. Scared of Rigondeaux. Dog, this dude is, man, he's worse than Adonis Stevenson. Gary Russell. Adonis Stevenson, Danny Garcia, Anthony Joshua rolled into one. Dude's the biggest duck bitch in the game, man. Real shit, but we gone.